In the vast theater of the wild, our attention is almost always captured by the headliners. The roaring lions, the soaring eagles, the powerful bears. We're drawn to their strength, their grace, their sheer presence. But what if I told you the most important stories, the ones that truly dictate the health of our planet, are happening right under our noses, completely unseen? They don't roar, they don't hunt in the way we imagine, yet the wild absolutely depends on them. Today, we meet the invisible heroes holding nature's delicate balance in their tiny hands, claws, and wings. Welcome to the hidden workforce of the natural world. It's an intricate, bustling society operating 24/7, a complex web of cooperation and duty that makes everything else possible. Think about the ground beneath your feet. It's not just dirt, it's a metropolis. Millions of ants are aerating the soil, dispersing seeds, and managing pest populations. They are nature's tiny farmers and engineers, tilling the land on a scale we can barely comprehend. Their tunnels create pathways for water and air, making the soil fertile and alive. And it's not just ants. Look closer, and you'll find an even more mysterious kingdom, the world of fungi. That mushroom you see is just the tip of the iceberg. Beneath the surface lies a vast, sprawling network of mycelium, a living internet connecting trees and plants. This wide web allows them to share nutrients, water, and even send warning signals about threats like insect attacks. Fungi are the ultimate connectors, the silent communicators that ensure the entire forest community thrives together. Without them, the forest would be a collection of lonely, struggling individuals, not a unified, resilient ecosystem. Then, of course, there are the pollinators. When you see a bee buzzing from flower to flower, you're witnessing one of the most critical transactions in nature. It's not just about making honey. Bees, along with butterflies, bats, and even some species of flies and beetles, are responsible for fertilizing over 75% of the world's flowering plants and about 35% of the world's food crops. They are the artists painting our world with color and the providers stocking our global pantry. Each grain of pollen they transfer is a promise of a future fruit, a future seed, a future forest. Let's now venture into a realm that many find unsettling, but is profoundly beautiful in its purpose, the world of decay. When a giant tree falls in the forest or an animal's life comes to an end, it's not a final stop. It's a beginning. This is where the decomposers and scavengers take the stage. Vultures, often misunderstood, are nature's cleanup crew. They circle the skies seeking out carcasses and efficiently removing them. In doing so, they prevent the spread of diseases that could devastate other animal populations, including our own. They are a vital part of nature's sanitation department, working tirelessly to keep the environment clean and healthy. On a smaller scale, beetles, worms, bacteria, and those incredible fungi we mentioned earlier are breaking down organic matter molecule by molecule. They are alchemists, turning death back into life. A fallen leaf, a decaying log, these are not waste. They are treasure chests of nutrients. Decomposers unlock these treasures, returning essential elements like carbon and nitrogen back to the soil, where they can be taken up by new plants. This cyclical process is the engine of life. Without decomposers, the world would be buried under a mountain of dead material, and the nutrients needed for new growth would be locked away forever. Life literally springs from decay, fueled by these tireless recyclers. We are so often fixated on the top of the food chain, the apex predators. We admire their power and see them as the rulers of their domains. But the truth is, the real power, the foundational strength of an ecosystem, lies at the bottom. The tiny builders, the small species, matter far more than we realize. Consider coral polyps. These minuscule animals, no bigger than a grain of rice, build colossal underwater city coral reefs that support a quarter of all marine life. These reefs are not just beautiful. They are vital barriers protecting coastlines from storms and erosion. Tiny builders, gigantic impact. Or think of krill in the Antarctic. These small crustaceans form massive swarms that are the primary food source for whales, seals, penguins, and countless other species. The entire Antarctic food web rests on the tiny shoulders of krill. They are the foundation upon which a magnificent pyramid of life is built. If you remove the apex predator, the ecosystem might stumble. But if you remove the foundation, if you remove the krill, the plankton, the ants, the bees, the entire structure collapses into dust. So what happens when these unsung heroes start to disappear? We're already seeing the tragic answers. It's not a distant threat, it's a present-day crisis. The decline of bee populations, a phenomenon known as colony collapse disorder, threatens global food security. Fewer bees mean fewer fruits, fewer vegetables, and a less vibrant natural world. The cost is not just ecological, but economic, running into the billions of dollars annually. When scavengers like vultures decline, the consequences are swift and severe. In some parts of the world, a decrease in vulture populations has led to an increase in stray dog populations feeding on carcasses, which in turn has led to a terrifying spike in rabies outbreaks. It's a stark reminder that when we remove one piece from this intricate puzzle, the whole picture warps in ways we can't always predict. The laws of soil biodiversity, the tiny organisms that keep our earth fertile, leads to desertification and land that can no longer support crops. The destruction of coral reefs due to warming oceans eliminates not just the fish that live there, but also the protection they provide to coastal communities. This is the ripple effect in action. The disappearance of a single, seemingly insignificant species can trigger a cascade of failures, like pulling a single thread that unravels the entire tapestry. This journey into the world of nature's hidden protectors leaves us with a profound realization. True power in nature doesn't always lie in brute strength, sharp claws, or a mighty roar. More often, it lies in purpose. It lies in the interconnectedness, in the humble, tireless work of the smallest beings. The ant, the fungus, the bee, the worm, these are the true architects and guardians of our world. Their lives are a testament to the fact that every role, no matter how small it seems, is essential to the whole. Our survival is intrinsically linked to theirs. Protecting the lions and eagles is important, but protecting the soil they walk on and the air they breathe is fundamental. It's time we shift our focus and celebrate these unsung heroes. By understanding their value and protecting their habitats, we are not just saving them. We are safeguarding the foundation of our own existence. We are ensuring that the silent, beautiful machinery of life continues to run for generations to come. Thank you so much for joining me on this exploration of the unseen world. If this has changed the way you look at the nature around you, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel for more deep dives into our incredible planet. Let me know in the comments which unsung hero you find most fascinating. Until next time, keep exploring.